There are so many people who was atheists that have now become believers in the Most High strictly off of this revelation. You got to understand, people are very intelligent. So when you have NASA telling us that we live on a spinning ball so far away from the sun and the moon, and the sun is the biggest thing in the whole galaxy, and we all revolve around the sun, then you read the Bible, you're like, the Bible's saying something totally different. This can't be true. It's no way to believe 100% in the Bible and believe what NASA is telling you. It's just no way. Then you read chapter 72 of the book of Enoch, and you really get to think like, man, I see why they took that book out the Bible. Because even past the fallen angels and everything they taught, because that's a lot of deep revelations there. The book of Enoch breaks down the earth and how it's made and how it looks, the portals of the world, all of that very in detail. So let's open up this Ethiopian Bible real quick and take a look at the book of Enoch chapter 72 and see what it says. The book of the courses of the heavenly luminaries. We're going to start at verse 2. And this is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary, the sun, has its rising in the eastern portals of the heaven, and is setting in the western portals of the heaven. And I saw 6 portals in which the sun rises, and 6 portals in which the sun sets. And the moon rises and sets in these portals. Now, as y'all can see, the sun is clearly moving in and out and around the world through these portals. And so is the moon. So then throughout the rest of this chapter, it's just talking about how why we have different seasons, why days are longer during different parts of the seasons, why days are shorter, where the sun and the moon is through these portals. Matter of fact, you can pause and read it yourself if you would like. But this is something else that's very, very interesting, right? Check out verse 36 in chapter 72. And that which thus rises is the great luminary, talking about the sun, and is so named according to its appearance, according as the Lord commanded. As he rises, so he sets and decreases not, and rests not, but runs day and night. And his light is 7-fold brighter than that of the moon. But as regards of size, they are both equal. What? Now, as you can see, it just said the sun, it sets not, is always moving. And even though it's 7 times brighter than the moon, they're the same in size. Now, when I first read that, I was like, man, ain't no way. Then in 2017, I had the privilege of witnessing a total eclipse in person in Nashville, Tennessee. And this is what I seen when I seen the eclipse. And I literally thought about that verse. I said, man, the sun and the moon is the same size. Like, what am I supposed to believe? NASA or my own 2 eyes that I'm seeing with my own 2 eyes? Like, now, I know you still probably believe in the globe Earth, that we're spinning on a ball of water that's just being contained somehow. But if you believe in the Bible, it's no way you can believe that theory. Here's some scriptures at the bottom of this picture you can go and read and check out from just the regular Bible, the Canaan Bible. And you can check out these scriptures and see exactly how it's talking about the earth and what it looks like, if you don't believe in the book of Enoch. And I got one more verse for you. Psalms 19. The heavens declare the glory of God. The expanse shows his handiwork. The expanse can also mean firmament. Day after day they pour out speech, and night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their voice is gone out through all the earth, their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tent for the sun, which is a bridegroom, coming out of his room like a strong man rejoicing to run his course. His going out is from the end of the heavens, his circuit to its end. There is nothing hidden from its heat. Yahweh's law is perfect, restoring the soul. His covenant is sure. It said the sun is like a strong man rejoicing to run his course. His going out is from the ends of the heaven, and his circuit is to the ends.
The earth is flat, and the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird proves it with a top speed of 2,200 miles per hour. So from point A to B, the Blackbird would have to account for 611 miles of Earth curvature. That's 10.8 miles per minute and 897.6 feet per second. Do you know what would happen to the Blackbird if it dipped its nose down to count for 897.6 feet of curvature per second? It would be obliterated. Not only would the Blackbird objectively be obliterated at those speeds, flying over the curvature of the Earth, dipping its nose down at almost 900 feet per second, but flight dynamics assume that there is a flat Earth and zero curvature and a non-rotating Earth, and they assume that because it's true. Here's a NASA document, derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model. A linear aircraft model for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth is derived and defined. There's also many other government documents that assume a flat, non-rotating Earth. Also, the attitude indicator, an instrument on an airplane that's attached to a gyroscope, proves planes aren't flying around the curve. I made a video of that. I have it on my page. Go watch it. So the SR-71 Blackbird destroys the globe. Flight dynamics destroy the globe. NASA documents and other government documents destroy the globe. The attitude indicator attached to the gyroscope destroys the globe. The globe is unalive. RIP globe. I'd like to ask everyone to join me and take a moment of silence for the globe. Rest in pieces.
Ooh, so I just noticed that the warning on my account is officially gone. This means I could go back to pissing off the heliosexuals out there. We'll go ahead and start with this. You guys, let's talk about gravity. Now, there's 4. Because when one doesn't pan out, they have to come up with more. The reason why things fall is because they are heavier than the medium that they are in, which is the air. Now, my question is, how is gravity so selective, right? So the Earth's gravity is so strong, so we're told, that it holds everything to Earth while the Earth is spinning and elliptic orbiting and being pulled through the galaxy, right? How does it know to hold all the waters to this sphere and not affect like gnats or flies or clouds? Weird. Also, how come the sun's gravity that's so strong that it could pull the Earth and all the planets through the galaxy, but it allows us to keep our air to breathe? Weird. It's almost like Earth has pressure, right? You can't have pressure without a container. So why are we believing in this gravity if we can't see it? You can't touch it. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. It's just a trust the scientists. Did you guys know that the heliocentric model is an ideology? Yes, it's an ideology, and it's a religion. It's a religion for atheists. So, for those of you out there that believe in God, just understand, if you are defending the heliocentric model, you are going against the Word of God. The Bible clearly states that the earth is set on foundations, that the earth was made before the sun, and that we live in a firmament. It's that blue thing above you. Look up, you can't miss it. Well, sometimes you can when it's being covered and cloud seeded, but for the most part, you can see it. It's blue. This is why things fall. And if you come at me with your philosophical and pseudoscience nonsense, I'm just going to laugh at you, because that's all it is. You guys. guys really want your gravity to be something because you really need your bendy warpy space-time to be reality when it's not. You are the center of creation. We are the center of creation. There's nothing out there but us. Okay? Now I asked ChatGPT, does the earth have pressure? And what does it say? Yes. And I asked it again. Can you have pressure without a container? Yes or no? No. You cannot have pressure without the container. First page of the Bible, Genesis chapter 1, verse 6 is where it starts. And let there be a firmament. Oh, there's that word again, firmament. And again, oh my goodness. Barrier. Separated. Waters above from the earth's below. Biblical cosmology. Dome. You want to know who else believes in the firmament? This guy, Werner von Braun. Look, he has it on his tombstone. Werner von Braun. Yes, he worked for NASA. He was the head rocket engineer. That was his tombstone. But what does that Bible verse say? The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. So for all of you Bible believers out there that have your Bibles, understand that they changed the words from firmament to expanse in 1982 when they rewrote the Bible again. And they used the word expanse, and if you go look up what the word expanse means in the Webster dictionary, it means firmament. They changed it because it's a play on words. They want to deceive you. Okay, the name of the game is deception. And if your pastor is not talking about the firmament, you need to find a new pastor. 1982. If you have this version, they changed words, took out verses to deceive the nations. So there you go. So just to recap, gravity is fake. Free will is a birthright, and you live in a firmament. And because I know you guys won't look past Google, which is completely owned, here's the word expanse in the Webster dictionary. What does it mean? Firmament. And I thought I would add this in here since I know you guys will not go look up what the word firmament means, and you won't break it down. So I broke it down for you. This is firm. Go ahead, pause to read. And here's the word ment.
I wonder, I'm like, if I know that we didn't go to the moon, if I know that there is a firmament that is above us, if I know that these things are true, and Elon is still saying that he can go to Mars, and these elites are supporting him like, oh yeah, Elon and your rockets. Really? And then I came to, I guess a light bulb went off. Me, myself, some of the things that I realize, and I try, listen, I try to tell other people what I'm thinking, what is going on, what the truth is. And some of these people, they can't receive it. They absolutely cannot receive it. So these elites, these government officials, these really high ups in the world, yes, they absolutely are hiding a lot of things from us. However, they're also not telling us because the majority of people would not be able to receive it. You guys, if they came out and started saying these things, humanity, the majority of humanity would not be able to understand or receive it. And I hope that makes sense. But they know. Oh, trust me, they know. They know so much more than we know. And as in the days of Noah, it will be like in the days of Noah. And there were giants in those days. And then there's Rh negative blood type in these days.
Hey guys, here's a couple of my flat earth maps. It's so interesting to study about Antarctica because they have this Antarctica treaty in the 50s. The governments were exploring Antarctica and they found some stuff out and they didn't want to tell anybody. Operation Fishbowl. There's a lot of stuff if you'll research it. But Antarctica is actually not a continent. It's actually a 360-degree ice wall that goes around the geocentric flat Earth. It holds the seas in. And anywhere you try to go to the Antarctica, like the closest place over here, they do have tours and they allow some people to go there. And it's kind of close. But if you'll notice, everywhere else on the ice wall, it's so far away. Like, there's the size of the United States. Well, look how many, it's like 2 to 3 United States just to get to the edge. So that's why no one goes to it. That's why it's such a secret. And that's why people can be fooled.
There's something in the center of the earth that's magnetic. That's why compasses work on a flat earth. They only work on a level plane because they're drawn to the center. Something is magnetic in the center. That's how they work. It's the Alexander Gleason map of 1892. You come over here to 1569. This is the Mercator. This is a projection. This is a blown up projection of the North Pole. Back then, they knew that there was a black magnetic rock sitting right in the center of the North Pole. They called it Rupus nigra. These maps were not fictional. They didn't make this stuff up. They worked really hard on documenting this stuff. This is the Urbano Montes map, 1587. It's the same time, 1569, 1587. They worked hard on this stuff. This is the earliest accepted map of the world. Come over here, 1892, Gleason, everything's frozen. We can't see anything. We can't see the 4 rivers that go to the center. Same thing here, he's got the 4 rivers, right?
It came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.